This is the live recording of episode 132 of the Client by Client podcast. These 3 keys are going to help you get clients consistently. Let's hop in and let's bring this to life. Hey, what's up? Jeremy here from whatupjeremy.com, back with another episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In the last episode, we talked about how you are just 90 days away from a completely different reality. If you are at all not happy with where you're at in business, with where you're at in some area of your life, if you follow the formula I give you and you follow the blueprint and you stick with it and you make it your default mode, your personal operating system, my promise, my guarantee to you is that 90 days from now, the way you feel, what you're experiencing, and the things that are happening in your day-to-day life have the ability to completely shift. Be sure to head back 1 episode to get the formula and to understand what to do to shift your reality over these next 90 days. Today, I want to hand you the 3 keys to master to get clients consistently. Let's hop in and let's start out at the top. The first thing you must master if you want to be getting clients consistently in your online business is first you must master yourself. You must master your mindset. Everything begins with the thoughts that you are thinking about. This is called metacognition. I learned this term in 2015. First time I'd ever heard it. I interviewed this brilliant doctor. His name was Dr. T. I believe the interview is still up on YouTube if you scroll all the way back years into my YouTube presence. And Dr. T shared this concept of metacognition. It's about thinking about your thoughts. And too many of us are spending time in the scroll hole on social media, distracted by so many different things and worried about so many different things that we don't take a second to examine and unpack what is it that we are thinking about. If your thoughts create things, and if your thoughts impact your feelings, and if your feelings impact your beliefs, and your beliefs impact your actions, and everything starts with the seed of your thoughts. And if you are not mastering what you're thinking about on a moment-to-moment basis, getting anything that you're wanting consistently in your life is near impossible. For most people, from the moment you wake up, they wake up, and the moment they go to sleep, they're miserable. They're thinking about all the things that they don't want. They're having fake conversations with their boss about how they're going to react. They're having fake conversations with their spouse or their significant others. They're already thinking about all the bad things that could happen. And if you're anything like me, and if you are human, then you've probably experienced this or are experiencing this right now in some way. You're picturing all the things that could go wrong, that can and maybe should, and that definitely will if you stay on that mode. And so the first thing that you must get right is your mindset. You must start to examine your thoughts, and you must start to be selective about your dominating thoughts. When you think about wanting clients, if you come from the lack of having clients and thinking about all the things that you don't have and how you're not like coach A, B, or C, or how you don't have what this coach is doing, you don't have the email list, you don't have the experience, you don't have the proof of the testimonial, all you're doing is stacking evidence against yourself. Well, what do you have right now? Well, do you have the ability to type something out? That's a big ability. That's an advantage over some people. Do you have the ability to speak things out? Do you have the ability to hop on camera? Do you have a camera? Do you have the internet? Are you in a day and age where with a couple keystrokes of a computer and a couple taps on a screen, you have the potential to reach the masses? These are all things that me and you both have that are advantages if you look at them that way. Or you can continue stomping your feet and thinking about all the things you don't have and how the weather and the circumstances aren't perfect yet. You have to get your mind right. And you have to start thinking about what is in your favor instead of stacking the odds against you and thinking about all the things that could go wrong or all the things that you are perceiving as not in your favor. Everything can be turned into an advantage if you choose to look at it from that perspective. The first key that you must get right is mastering yourself, and everything starts with your mindset. The second key that you must begin to master, once you have begun to accept and understand that you need to master yourself, and that's an ongoing game, is now you need to master how you show up. First, you got to just start showing up, and then you master how you show up. And this is akin to carving out a statue of this future version that you are envisioning and dreaming of, that you are aiming and desiring to be. And the only way you do that is through daily, consistent progress. Like we talked about in episode 130, the goal is just consistent progress, and progress equals consistency. It's you consistently showing up and doing. and being. And by being, you begin to have. What you must begin to do is master how you show up. When we talk about getting coaching clients, all of this starts to go into how are you showing up on a day-to-day basis? And many of you guys are overcomplicating what it takes to be making content and to be being present and to be showing your unique characteristics and your unique personality. And I think that the easiest thing that you could begin to do, and everyone that's listening right now has the ability to do, to pause this show or at the end of the show, is to record a 1-minute video and post it to your story on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Snapchat, and to talk about the pains and problems that your audience is having. Just in doing that, you will get better at your camera confidence, and you will get more confident and more consistent in how you show up, and you'll feel a little bit more confident that it's not how many people watched it, it's not did that video actually change your life, it's did you do the video or not? Did you show up on the story, and did you talk about the pains and problems? And when you begin to chain that together over a couple weeks and months, you begin to say, how can I make this better? And so you start to work on your hook, you start to work on your smile, you start to work on making it interesting, you start to work on your pace and the fluctuation of your voice to make it more interesting or to pull your viewer in. And when you start to do this, now people are not only just tapping your story, they're actually watching a little bit more through. Maybe they share it with someone. Maybe on that day, a couple more people watch it and your message lands with someone who needed to hear it on that day. It's really hard to become a YouTuber, which I know a lot of you guys want to do. That's everyone's goal these days. And it's really hard to amass a following on TikTok or on Instagram, which I know is a lot of your guys' goals these days. It's really hard to do that if you are not showing the universe that you are willing to show up every single day and to embrace it when it sucks and to embrace it when people aren't there and to mess up and to have things not be perfect. I went 131 episodes without having graphics while we were here live, and now we have an opening graphic. And I went about 50 episodes before I took any of them and made a piece of short form content that I was even moderately proud of. And I'm still behind. Today's episode 132, and I'm barely sharing out micro social clips from episode 31 today and reels from episode 30 yesterday. Great things take time, but the only thing that you can control is you showing up every single day and giving it your best. That's the second key. Third, once you've begun showing up, you must follow through. You must follow up. When you have prospects who are interested in your content and interested in the free things and the value that you're giving away, it's important that you don't just give it away and go back into the hole and go back into your cocoon of comfort and avoid rejection. What you must do is lean into it and follow up and say, are you looking for some help? Hey, you requested this guide yesterday. You requested this training. I saw your comment. Are you looking for some help losing your first 10 pounds? Are you looking for some help finding your perfect partner? Are you looking for some help getting clients? Are you looking for some help getting your online business started? Are you looking for some help learning to play guitar? Whatever the thing that you help with is, you have to follow up and you got to put yourself in a position to be rejected, but everything happens outside of your comfort zone. And when you put yourself in a position to be rejected, one of the possibilities is you could be rejected, or you could be told not right now or not yet. Or you could be told yes. And both of those things, now you have a 2/3 of a chance, right? That's a pretty good average if you ask me. So 33% chance someone says no. The rest is an opportunity for a not no, a maybe, a yes. And these are all things that are within your favor. Getting a not yet or not right now, these are things that are within your favor. So you must begin to follow through. When you make the video, you got to go and post it, even if it's not your best work and you went over a minute and it's not going to put the whole thing. And when you edit the clip and you're not happy because something went wrong in the video, the audio didn't come out right, the camera isn't good enough, you have a pimple on your face that just popped before you went live, you had a stain on your shirt, something didn't go right, follow through. Because you don't know who is watching that needs that message, doesn't notice any of those things. And you don't know that someone watching needs that message that you're sharing today and needs for you to show up to become the best version of yourself. That doesn't happen overnight. This happens over years of you showing up and following through. For them to be inspired and to trust you and to respect you enough to reach out and say, hey, sorry for ducking your DM. I am looking for some help. What do you got? But if you don't master your mindset and you don't show up every single day and put your best foot forward, and if you don't follow through and you don't follow up, getting clients consistently, getting anything consistent in your life is really hard, if not close to impossible. If you are focused in on the law of attraction, you must look at the word attraction and unpack it and see that action is 2/3 of the word. And inspired action is what's going to lead you faster and is most aligned with the realities and realms in which all the things you're wanting already exist. But if you don't start believing in yourself, believing in possibility, and leaving the negativity and the chances that things could go wrong, because they will, but instead of focusing in on there, choosing to say what's right, and instead of falling over when you trip, you turn it into a little magical dance where you decide to dance yourself out of that and make it an elegant fall or an elegant dance out, and just say plot twist in some way and make even the bad things in your mind perceptively good, and choose to ride that wave and get clients consistently. In the next episode of Client by Client, I want to talk about your output, and I want to share with you ways that you can maximize it to get more out of yourself every single day. Whenever you are ready, here are a couple ways I can help you grow your online business. First, download your free copy of GetBookedCRM. Coaches are used to managing your leads and pipeline from Instagram DM, Facebook Messenger, and your email inbox, where you're losing leads in the cracks and leaving a lot of money and clients on the table every single week and month. That's why I created GetBookedCRM. What started out as a free way for me to manage my leads and pipeline has quickly turned into a favorite tool of my private students and many members in the Leverage Coach community. To download your free copy now, just find me on Instagram at WhatUpJeremy and send me the letters CRM. Second, join my free group for online coaches. I've got hundreds of coaches from all over the world, all implementing my methods and strategies for starting and growing an online business and getting clients consistently. Get your free invite now by finding me on Instagram and sending me the word group. Lastly, become my next success story. I'm getting a couple of coaches together this month to implement my methods and frameworks for injecting a minimum of $15K worth of new clients, or doubling your existing client roster base over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But working with the right people is super important to me. So this is only for you if you are a relationship-focused coach who always puts the human ahead of the money. You've been coaching for at least 6 months to a year. You'd like to get 3 to 5 clients organically every week or month from social media without wasting money and time on paid ads. You have at least 300 friends on a social platform, email list, or Facebook group. You are willing to take bold action because you know that your success depends upon it. And last but most importantly, you can keep a secret. If that's you, I want you to grab your phone right now, tap that Instagram app icon, do a little search, find me at WhatUpJeremy, give me a follow, binge on some content, binge on some reels while you're there. And then when you're ready, I want for you to message me the words case study. When you do that, I'll ask you a couple questions about your online business, about your vision for the next 12 months. Then I'll share with you what we have coming up this month in the Get Clients program, how we're already helping students from all over the world to implement my methods and frameworks for getting clients consistently. And then we'll also identify what part of the program will likely make the biggest impact on your business the soonest. That way you know what to expect. For all the details now, just find me over on Instagram and send me the words case study. That's it for today's episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cheers.